All right, everyone, let's talk about something huge that's been bubbling up in the crypto space. You've probably heard the name whispered in forums or seen it trending online. I'm talking about the Pi network. For years, it's been this quiet giant, a project that let you mine cryptocurrency directly from your phone without draining your battery or using up all your data. The concept was simple and honestly, pretty brilliant. Make crypto accessible to absolutely everyone, regardless of their technical know-how or expensive mining rigs. Millions of people, who we call pioneers, jumped on board, tapping a button on their phones each day, slowly accumulating Pi coins and waiting for the day it would all mean something tangible. The core team, made up of Stanford graduates, assured everyone that this wasn't just a game. They focused on building a massive user base first, believing that a currency's true value comes from the people who use it. And build they did. The network grew to tens of millions of users across the globe, creating one of the largest and most dedicated communities in the entire crypto industry. Yet for all this time, the big question remained unanswered. When will Pi finally launch on the Mainnet and get a real-world value? Well, it seems the wait might finally be coming to an end, and the buzz is reaching a fever pitch. The crypto world is officially on high alert. Recent developments and insider whispers have turned the quiet hum of the Pi community into a deafening roar of excitement and speculation. We're talking about massive news, the kind of update that could change the game not just for Pi pioneers, but for the crypto market as a whole. This isn't just another small step. It feels like the giant leap we've all been anticipating. The moment that could potentially turn all those digital coins collected on a phone into real, life-changing value. The reason for all this sudden excitement is a series of incredible rumors and announcements that have started to surface. We're hearing about major exchange integrations and a concrete launch timeline. It's the kind of news that makes you sit up and pay attention, even if you've been skeptical about Pi for years. The project has moved from a phase of quiet, patient building to what looks like an explosive entry onto the main stage. So, let's get right into the biggest piece of news that has everyone talking. It's the rumor that has sent shockwaves through the community. We're hearing that a staggering 13 million KYC-verified Pi wallets are in the process of migrating to BINANCe. Let me say that again, 13 million wallets. This is an absolutely mind-boggling number. To put it into perspective, many established cryptocurrencies don't have that many active users in their entire ecosystem. BINANCE, as you probably know, is the largest and most influential cryptocurrency exchange on the planet. A move of this magnitude would be completely unprecedented in the history of crypto. So what does this migration actually mean? Essentially, it suggests that BINANCE is preparing to officially list PiCoin for trading. By integrating these wallets, BINANCE would be getting ready to support the massive influx of Pi pioneers who will want to trade, sell, or hold their coins once the mainnet goes live. This isn't just a simple listing, it's a deep, foundational integration. It implies a strategic partnership between the Pi network and the world's top exchange. This move would provide instant liquidity and legitimacy to Pi, transforming it from an enclosed network currency into a globally tradable asset overnight. For years, the biggest hurdle for Pi has been its lack of a bridge to the outside crypto world. Your Pi coins were stuck inside the Pi app. This BINANCE migration, if it proves to be true, is that bridge, and it's not just a rickety rope bridge, it's a massive 8-lane superhighway. Having Pi on BINANCE means instant access for millions of traders and investors worldwide. It brings credibility, security, and a massive amount of trading volume. It's the ultimate stamp of approval. Major exchanges don't just list any project, they do their due diligence. A BINANCE listing would signal to the entire market that Pi is a serious contender. Now, we have to be clear here. As of this moment, this is still in the realm of very strong rumors, but the signs are pointing in this direction. The sheer volume of chatter and the specific details being leaked suggest there's fire behind this smoke. The Pi core team has always been tight-lipped about their major moves to prevent premature speculation, but a partnership of this scale is hard to keep completely under wraps. If this migration is happening, it represents the single most significant development in Pi Network's history and sets the stage for an explosive launch. It's the move that takes Pi from a social experiment to a financial powerhouse. With the Binance news swirling, the next logical question is, when? When does all of this actually happen? All signs, rumors, and community whispers are pointing to one specific time frame: August 2025. For a long time, the Mainnet launch date has been a moving target, always dependent on the network reaching certain milestones in community size, KYC verification, and ecosystem development. The core team has stated that their conditions for an open Mainnet launch include verifying 15 million pioneers and having at least 100 high-quality apps on the Pi ecosystem. The latest numbers show they are getting incredibly close to hitting these targets. This August launch date is not just a random guess, it's backed by a convergence of factors. The technical preparations seem to be in their final stages. The ecosystem of apps being built on the Pi platform has matured significantly, with many utilities ready to go live. The timing also aligns perfectly with the rumored Binance migration. You don't move 13 million wallets onto an exchange unless you're planning to flip the switch very, very soon. It would be like building a giant stadium and selling all the tickets without scheduling the main event. The August timeline connects all the dots in a way that just makes sense. So what have we confirmed, and what is still speculation? It's confirmed that the Pi core team is in the final phase of preparing for the open Mainnet. They've been very public about their checklist and their progress. The number of KYC'd pioneers is growing daily, and the app ecosystem is thriving. What remains a rumor, albeit a very strong one, is the exact date in August and the full extent of the Binance partnership. The core team is likely waiting for the perfect moment to make the official announcement, ensuring all systems are secure and ready for what will be a massive global event. It's a classic under-promise and over-deliver strategy. The anticipation is building a powerful narrative. Imagine the scenario. The announcement drops, confirming the Binance listing and the August launch date. The entire crypto community, which has been watching Pi from the sidelines for years, will suddenly snap to attention. The millions of pioneers who have been patiently tapping that button every day will see their dedication on the verge of paying off. This isn't just a software launch, it's the birth of a new economy. Whether it happens in the first week of August or the last, the message is clear. The wait is nearly over, and you need to be prepared for when the floodgates finally open. Let's get to the question that is on everyone's mind, the one you're probably thinking about right now. What will the price of one Pi coin be? This is the billion-dollar question, or maybe even the trillion-dollar question, depending on how you look at it. For years, the value of Pi has been purely speculative. You've seen those IOU prices on some exchanges, sometimes showing a few cents, other times showing tens of dollars. But those aren't real. They are just placeholders. The real price will only be determined when the open Mainnet launches, and Pi is available for trading on a major exchange like Binance. The potential Binance listing is the single most important factor that will influence Pi's initial price. With a user base of over 50 million people and a rumored 13 million wallets ready to go on day one, the demand could be absolutely astronomical. Think about it. You have a massive global community that has been accumulating a currency for years, all of whom will suddenly have access to a marketplace. At the same time, you'll have millions of new investors who have heard the hype and want to get in on the action. This creates a classic supply and demand scenario, but on a scale we've rarely seen before in crypto. This could lead to extreme price volatility right at the start. Initially, some pioneers might decide to sell a portion of their holdings to cash in on their years of mining. This could create some downward pressure on the price. However, the sheer number of people who believe in the long-term vision of Pi and will choose to hold, combined with the new investors wanting to buy in, could create overwhelming buying pressure. Many analysts believe the initial sell-off will be quickly absorbed by the massive demand. We could see the price surge dramatically in the first few days and weeks of trading as the market tries to find its footing. Ultimately, no one can predict the exact price. It could be a few dollars, it could be $10, or it could be even higher. The final value will depend on several things: the strength of the Pi ecosystem apps, the number of pioneers who hold versus sell, and the overall sentiment of the crypto market at the time of launch. But one thing is for certain: the combination of a massive pre-existing user base and a listing on the world's top exchange is a recipe for a truly explosive price discovery event. The potential for significant value is very real, and it's what makes this moment so incredibly exciting for everyone involved. You can feel the energy in the air. The Pi Network community, which has always been active, has now gone into overdrive. Social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Reddit, and Telegram, are absolutely on fire with discussions, theories, and unbridled excitement. For years, these pioneers have been supporting each other, sharing information, and keeping the faith in the project's vision. Now, with the launch seemingly just around the corner, that long-held belief is turning into pure adrenaline. People who have been mining daily for 3, 4, or even 5 years are finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. The reactions are a mix of disbelief, joy, and strategic planning. On one side, you have pioneers sharing screenshots of their Pi balances, dreaming about what the launch could mean for their families and their financial futures. These are stories from people all over the world, from different walks of life, united by this shared digital endeavor. The sentiment is overwhelmingly positive, with many expressing gratitude to the Pi Core team for their careful and methodical approach. They see the long wait not as a delay, but as a necessary period of foundation building that is now about to pay off in a huge way. Of course, with excitement comes intense speculation. Community forums are filled with members trying to calculate the potential launch price, debating the impact of the BINANCE migration, and sharing strategies for what to do once trading goes live. Should you sell a small portion? Should you hold for the long term? Should you use your Pi within the ecosystem apps? These are the conversations happening 24/7. This grassroots analysis, coming from millions of dedicated users, is creating a powerful feedback loop that only serves to amplify the hype and reinforce the community's collective belief in the project's success. This community is Pi's secret weapon. A cryptocurrency is only as strong as the people who believe in it and use it. Pi Network has arguably the most dedicated and widespread community in the entire crypto space before even launching. They are not just investors, they are builders, evangelists, and true believers. This collective passion is a powerful force that shouldn't be underestimated. As the launch gets closer, this community will be the engine that drives adoption, creates demand, and helps stabilize the network for long-term growth. Their excitement is contagious, and it's drawing more new eyes to Pi than ever before. So with all this incredible news and potential on the horizon, you might be asking yourself, what should I do right now? Whether you're a longtime pioneer or someone whose interest has just been piqued, there are a few simple, crucial steps you can take to make sure you're ready for the launch. First and foremost, if you are a pioneer, the most important thing you can do is complete your KYC or Know Your Customer verification. This is a mandatory step to be able to move your mined Pi to the mainnet. Without KYC, your Pi will remain on the testnet and you won't be able to trade it or use it. The KYC process is straightforward. It's done through the Pi browser app and usually involves submitting a photo of your ID and a liveness check to prove you're a real person. The Pi network has been rolling out KYC slots to millions of users, so if you haven't been invited yet, keep checking the app regularly. Once your KYC is approved, you'll need to complete the Mainnet checklist, which includes creating a Pi wallet and committing to a lockup configuration. Locking up a portion of your Pi for a certain period can boost your mining rate, and it also shows your long-term commitment to the network, which is healthy for the ecosystem. If you're new to Pi and want to get involved, the good news is that it's not too late. You can still download the Pi Network app and start mining today. While you may have missed out on years of accumulation, every little bit counts, and starting now ensures you'll be part of the ecosystem as it goes live. Find a referral code from a friend or online to get started, as it's an invitation-only network. Once you're in, make it a habit to tap the mining button once every 24 hours. Also, take some time to explore the Pi browser and the developing apps to understand the utility being built. Finally, for everyone, it's a good time to get educated. Stay updated by following the official Pi Network announcements within the app. Be wary of scams and people promising to buy your pie before the official launch. These are almost always fraudulent. If the BINANCE rumors are true, it might be a good idea to set up and verify a BINANCE account ahead of time so you're ready to go when trading begins. By taking these simple, proactive steps, you can ensure you're in the best possible position to take full advantage of what promises to be one of the most exciting events in crypto history. As we stand here today on the verge of what could be a historic moment, it's clear that the Pi network is transitioning from a bold idea into a powerful reality. For years, it has been a project defined by patience and potential. Now, it is a project defined by imminent action and explosive opportunity. The combination of a massive, loyal community, a maturing ecosystem of applications, and the game-changing possibility of a BINANCE listing creates a perfect storm for a spectacular launch. The years of quiet, steady work behind the scenes are about to be revealed to the world in a very big way. This isn't just about the potential for financial gain, though that is certainly a huge part of the excitement. It's about the fulfillment of a promise. The promise of making cryptocurrency accessible to the everyday person, empowering millions who were left out of the initial crypto boom. The Pi network's mobile-first approach has broken down barriers, creating a truly global and diverse community of pioneers. The upcoming launch is their moment, a chance to see their daily taps and their steadfast belief translate into tangible value and real-world utility. It's the democratization of finance in action. The road ahead will be thrilling. There will be volatility, there will be celebration, and there will be challenges. But the foundation has been laid. With a potential launch on the world's largest exchange and an army of dedicated supporters, Pi Network is not just launching a coin, it's launching an economy. The future will be driven by the utility of its apps, the strength of its community, and its ability to innovate and adapt in the fast-paced world of crypto. The journey is far from over. In many ways, it's just beginning. So keep your eyes on the news and your finger on the pulse. Whether you've been mining for years or are just hearing about Pi for the first time, this is a story you'll want to follow. The dawn of a new era for the Pi network is upon us. The quiet giant is about to awaken, and when it does, it has the potential to shake the very foundations of the cryptocurrency world. The future is bright, the community is ready, and the whole world is watching to see what happens next. It's going to be an incredible ride.